Hi, welcome to RAR Math. Today I'm doing a series of videos on dividing fractions. So for this series I have 3 problems. The thing about dividing fractions is fractions are already division. So we're kind of dividing. And just like minus a negative is plus a positive, divide division is multiply the reciprocal. Whenever I have a division problem, I put a square around the division sign and the fraction that comes after it to remember that it's that fraction that gets flipped. I find the reciprocal of the fraction after the division sign, not before. So if I want to divide these, I say 9 over 10 times 11 over 1. And I'm going to leave it over 1 because it's easier to multiply as a fraction than as a fraction with an integer. Now, I'm going to multiply this over and I'm going to get 99. 9 times 11 is 99 over 10 times 1, which is 10. Personally, I very much enjoy this answer. The fraction is reduced, it's improper, it's very easy to use if this was not the last step of the problem. Some teachers want you to write this as a mixed number. If you want it as a mixed number, you take the 10 and need to divide it into the 99. 10 goes into 99 9 times. 9 times 10 is 90, with a remainder of 9. So that this as a mixed number becomes 9 and 9/10. Make sure you know which form your teacher would like the answer in. I prefer this one, but I am not the only math teacher out there, so you have to figure out which one works best for you and your teacher. Okay, so again, I'm going to put a square around the division sign and whatever fraction comes after it, and I'm going to take 5/8 and multiply it to negative 16/5. Now I know you're thinking the negative is with the 5, but in a fraction you have 3 spots and the negative can float amongst those 3 spots. And I like my negative in the numerator. I think the numerator is the easiest place to deal with it, but you can have it, you could have left the negative with the 5 and it would all work out in the end. Okay, so when I reduce this problem, 5 goes into 5 once and 5 goes into 5 once. I divided a 5 out of these two. 5 doesn't go into 8. 16 and 8 can reduce. They both have a common 8. When I divide out an 8, I'm going to replace 8 with 1, but I'm going to replace negative 16 with a negative 2. So I have 1 times negative 2, which is a negative 2, over 1 times 1, which is a 1. You can also write this as negative 2. The answers are 100% the same. Really does not matter. And you have your final answer. All right. For my last problem, again, I'm going to do a few things to begin. I'm going to put a square around my division and fraction. I'm also going to note that if I am multiplying or dividing two negative, the negatives cancel and these both become positive. Okay, before I rewrite this with the flipped reciprocal, I'm going to reduce. 24 and 42 have a common factor of 6, and if I divide 6 out of both of them, I have a 4 over 7 times. 20 over 5 has a common factor of 10. So if I flip this, I end up with 5/2. I'm then going to reduce by taking a 2 out of the 2 and a 2 out of the 4. Notice that when I take 2 divided by 2, I write 1 instead of leaving it. Oftentimes, if you don't write the 1, you start thinking of it as 0, and that's going to get you into a lot of trouble. All right, 2 times 5 is 10, 7 times 1 is 7, and I have my final answer. Again, if you have a teacher who wants you to do this as a mixed number, you're going to have to divide the 7 into 10 and get 1 3/7. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Bye!